Hello. Let me turn down the music a little bit. Failed to load widget. Okay. How is everyone? Hi Agnolia, hi Darkleaf, hi Lemon, hey Jay, hey Owen, hey Yuna, hey October, hey Dweeb, hey Mush. Okay. So we need to finish cleaning up this back layer. We need to label this fog and the gradient map. Those are like the last things we add on. What's this layer? What's this layer got on it? Nothing? Nothing. Guess what? Work doesn't have things to do for us till Monday. Make silly gifts if we want. Like for advertising on social media and stuff, that's fun. Did YouTube switch back to everybody's, like, not name? Because people have numbers by their name that don't usually have numbers. Ay, ay, ay. Why do they keep changing things? Okay, so let's actually do a little bit of organizing. I'm gonna make the cat layers yellow. Or orange. And I'm gonna keep the layers that have the background. Like that. We haven't done anything with that background. Okay, so we're still working on cleaning up this background. And then I believe drop shadow layer is right there. Let's turn that off as well. Thank you, Amber. That's one of the same people that was on Sunday stream that was being I'm about to just like ban him from the whole channel. Because they clearly don't understand stream etiquette. And I'm pretty sure that they're like a literal child. Alrighty. Let's just get into it. I want this picture done before the end of the month. Only did it a half an hour? Okay. Where is the moss? There it is. The moss can definitely stay green. Not like that though. It needs to be mostly just the same color. I don't want it to look like it's super fluffy. It just needs to look like it's on top of the rock. Rendering time. Hey, we've done all of the cats in this picture. All that's left is to render out the background, the final few planes on the background, and then to like shade and fully integrate all of the cats into the picture. So it's probably going to be a pretty chill stream. But I am ready to finish this picture. What am I looking for? Why? Okay, it's right here. Okay. At the base? Yes. Hope to finish my book. Ooh. What book are you reading? Are you reading just like a warrior book? I can't remember. Finished out the commission I was working on last time. Very nice, very nice. I forgot to open up commission slots after last stream. My bad. I feel like I was a little all over the place last stream, so I think I just completely forgot. Actually going to. I finished my reread of Mothlight's Vision and read. Oh yeah, you texted me. I'm sorry. I have been trying. I tried not to look at my Discord that much this week. I'm getting very frustrated, and I don't feel like I just haven't been feeling like responding. Enchanter's Tale, Fairy Godmother. It's about how Fairy Godmother and Cinderella became Fairy Godmother. Ooh, that sounds fun, actually. I didn't know that there was a book like that. Okay, I needed to do that. This needs a little bit of shadow underneath the ferns right there. I think this might need some. Just a little bit. Hey, Nightmare. Sorry if I accidentally call you guys by something different. Your ats might be outdated. I'm trying to recognize the icons, but sometimes I'm pretty sure Nightmare is correct. Or like night or something at least. Deep cleaning. See, deep cleaning can be relaxing though. That is fair, October. I usually use streams while I deep clean, so I am very honored to be the deep clean white noise. Just gonna give a little bit of shadow to the fern. And then there's a lot of moving parts in this picture. I'm 100% zoomed in. I think I want to... This over here but is a little awkward in front of the apprentice den. Nightmare. I'll probably keep calling you Nightmare. It's pretty hard for me to remember people's names if it's not their actual username. I can do it with like old friends and like people that I interact with outside of stream, but it takes me a while sometimes. My brain kind of goes on auto for replying to chat. You like being productive? That is the goal. Just be productive. The streams help me be productive, so if it helps you be a little productive, then that's a win-win for me. Stayed home because of the thunder. Oh, goodness. I think it was raining last night here, but it's been pretty chill here. Thank you, Silly. Let's see, I think... Let me just clean up this a tad. I'm wondering... I kind of want to make this just slightly darker, but I think I'm going to make the line art also lighter. I usually just kind of... for the background line art, I either like lower the opacity of it or just like manually make it a lighter color. I think it just helps a little bit with creating the depth than just having like black line art down here, but I do think that interior needs to be slightly darker, at least like this. I don't have to worry too much. I don't know why I'm worrying too much about what it looks like without the cats on it, because I don't print it. I only post it without the cats on it just to like label the dens. So, I don't know, man. Oh, lag again? God darn it. I'm getting so frustrated about the lag, you guys. It's really frustrating me. I literally, I don't understand why it's every stream now. It used to not be, and I don't know what I did wrong. Is it stream elements? I like stream elements. It gives me so much more like creative... I know, but I'm getting lag spikes every freaking... like, stream. Consistently. Like, almost every hour of the stream. Like, I'm already have dropped 6% of my frames. I don't remember why I... like, I'm beginning to wonder why I even switched to freaking stream elements if... I don't remember if I was getting lag on Streamlabs as well. I have good internet. As good of internet as you can get out in the booties of Ohio. Like, I have Spectrum on, like, one of the highest... like, it's, like, a pretty good plan. So I don't understand. I can't connect to Ethernet because the room I'm in is on the second floor and the router is in the basement. And there's no freaking Ethernet in this house because it's 30 years old. I don't know. I've been thinking of switching my like streaming setup down into the basement, so we have a computer room. We literally have a computer room. That's like not used. I use it to build models. I'm like building a model of the USS Constitution for my grandpa right now. It's got the Ethernet. It's the room with the router. I'm about to switch down to the basement. I'm gonna become a basement dweller. Our basement is finished. It's not horrible. It's like, I don't know. I do have Warrior Cat merch in my basement. Not official Warrior Cat merch, but I have my ice store. The sewing room is also my shop room, my like merchandise room. It's where all my prints and buttons and stickers and all that stuff is stored. The same room that I did all those ponies in. 30-year-old making WordCat merch in the basement. Are you trying to make me have a midlife crisis, Agnolia? It's working. I be having my midlife crisis. Okay, I'm wanting to do something with this. Do I want to do something with this tree? Yeah, I need to clean it up just a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it for now. I want to clean up this back row. I just want to clean up everything before I start really, like, bro shrimp. Okay. Let's clean up the background. Because I'm tired of looking at it, basically. However, I'm going to need to do this. I just want to clean it up just a tad. So I can use the fill bucket efficiently. Fun stream before Halloween. When is actual Halloween? So that would be like Thursday. Man, if I had like a Discord, I could set like a thing and then I could stream everyone's Discord. Like if people streamed on Discord, I could stream you guys like dressing up the designs and stuff. I ain't gonna be setting up a Discord in that amount of time, but that would have been fun. Just thoughts for the future. I don't think I'm ever gonna set up a Discord though. Not that I don't love you guys, but I've just been burnt by so many Discords and like Skype groups and stuff in my like time in the fandom that I genuinely don't think that having a Discord is a good idea. Also, I'm extremely bad with keeping up with large Discords. Even friend group Discords that have multiple channels and more than like 5 people, I can barely keep up with. You start to get like 30, 40 people in there and I just... I am a pretty introverted person. Peak Halloween timing. Yeah, it would have been easier to do on like a Google Hangouts or something that you would have in the past, but base. All your base are belong to us. I am just terrible at keeping up with Discords. I'm so much better at keeping up with like individual DMs or like scheduling nights to like call with people and like watch TV or something. I need like 128 hours of forewarning if you want to hang out with me so I can mentally prepare myself to have a good time. Literally 4 of us. Posted a few times a week. Yeah. I mean, I have friend group Discords that are like for college buddies where like we only really use it when we want to play games together. But you're pretty much just using the Discord like you would like a group text, where you're only using it if you want to hang out. Starting Raging Storm soon. In my opinion, Raging Storm is the weakest book of the first arc. So, oh, Raging Storm. I'm sorry, I thought you meant Rising Storm. Raging Storm is the weakest book of that arc, too. I'm actually reading Raging Storm right now, as well. Freaking lag, man. This is ridiculous. What is this? What is... YouTube is not receiving... enough video to maintain smooth stream health. Poor. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Really, Fire and Ice is my favorite book of the arc. Amber? Fire and Ice is my favorite book from the first arc. Going through every arc, because you guys don't care, but I'm going to tell you my favorite book in each arc. Are you ready? Prophecies Begins, Fire and Ice, for sure. Love Brackenpaw, love Cinderpaw, love the pacing of it, love the moments. The only thing I don't like about Fire and Ice is Graystripe and Fireheart's, like, thing. But I think that the payoff at the end of it is pretty, like, I really like the little, like, moment they have at the end of the book. So I think it pays off pretty fine. But I love Cinderpaw. I love the pacing. The chapter where Cinderpaw gets injured and Fireheart also has to go find Catnip because Blue Star's sick. Just pacing of that chapter is, I think it's one of the best written chapters in the entire series. I love that chapter so much. Love Brackenfur. Love Sandpaw and Dustpaw getting like their moment, and then like Fireheart being like, no, Blue Star, these guys are the ones that actually like did all the fighting, and like they get their moment. I really like that. I love Fire and Ice. It's actually my favorite book of the first arc. Second arc, probably Moonrise. Definitely Rose-Tinted Glasses, Moonrise. I personally do not mind the initial introduction of the Tribe Cats. I think it's the best version of the Tribe Cats. It's just their initial introduction of it. I really appreciate it for being the first book that actually introduces us to a different type of cats, like a different group of cats other than the clan. I remember being just super excited and like super interested in like the lore building in that book when I was reading it. Rising Storm is my least favorite book in that arc. So my favorite and least favorite book in each arc. Fire and Ice is my favorite. Rising Storm is my least favorite. In the New Prophecy, Moonrise is my favorite. I appreciate what it does for lore building and stuff. My least favorite's probably Twilight. I don't like the romance. Every single protagonist in Twilight is just, their entire plot is a romantic subplot. Like, they're all just caught up. It's tiresome. I don't really care. Don't tell Dreamy. I don't think Dreamy's here. Don't tell Dreamy. Don't really care for like the Leaf Pool Crowfeather like thing. Don't really care for the love triangle drama at all. I don't like Twilight. It has nothing interesting going for it for me. Sunset might be a close second, but the moment in Sunset that everyone remembers, like the end of the book, will makes it. I like the end of the book. Power of Three. My favorite book in Power of Three. Is a little bit harder for me to nail down. It's... I know. I'm sorry, Dreamy. I don't really... there's not really any romantic... I think the forbidden romance that catches me the most is like... I don't care, man. It's just a personal preference. Power of Three. I'm gonna say Long Shadows. I think I'm gonna say Long Shadows. I really like the Ancients in Power of Three. I have like some strange soft spot towards the Ancients and like I don't know. So Long Shadows is the Ancients book. You've got the final in like Souls still doing his business, which is fun. You got Jay Feather. I think in Long Shadows, Jay Feather's also still like trying to train Cinderpaw, and like Cinderpaw and Jay Feather I think get their warrior's name in that book, which is a nice little payoff. You have the fire scene, obviously. Yeah, Long Shadow's definitely my favorite from that arc. Least favorite, Outcast, easy. There's not even any you don't even have to know why I don't like Outcast. No one likes Outcast. It's a boring book. It's a filler book. It's the epitome of the first part of Power of Three, where they didn't know where it was going, and it takes them 3 freaking books to tell the other 2 point of views, the main like subplot of the entire arc. Yeah, no one remembers what happens in Outcast. It's a boring book. They colonize the tribe. It's just not good. Omen of the Stars. Omen of the Stars. My favorite book of Omen of the Stars. That's a little bit harder. I could cop out and say The Last Hope. And I honestly might just do that. There's not much going for Omen of the Stars, like, subplot-wise. Yeah, they don't even go home in Outcast. It ends with them, you know... It's bad. It has an okay... Yeah, Last Hope has a good payoff. It honestly probably is Last Hope. Least favorite book for Omen of the Stars... It might be Fading Echoes. It's either Fading Echoes or Night Whispers. Sign of the Moon... I don't think it's the worst book, and it's only saved because not every single point of view goes to the mountains in that book. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. Sign of the Moon might... Honestly, it might be. Sign of the Moon is also the book that it's got the Ancients again, which I really like the Ancients. Love Half Moon and Jay's Wing. Super tragic. Have a soft spot for them in particular. So, I mean, it might... I think I'm gonna have to go Fading Echoes. Genuinely, just don't even really... There's like a couple of moments in Fading Echoes I can remember, but overall, it just doesn't leave an impression on me. I'll wait for the lag I'll wait for the lag to go away before I talk about Dawn of the Clans. Yeah, I know. This is getting ridiculous. The lag spikes are getting very ridiculous and it's pissing me off. And I can't do anything about it, you guys. I'm sorry. I fixed all of my stream, like, things. I can try, like, I don't know. I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry, guys. Not this stream. I can keep looking into it, but I might just switch back to, like, OBS, like, or something, because I just don't feel like it's working anymore for me. Dawn of the Clans. My favorite book in Dawn of the Clans. It's a bit of a toughie, isn't it? I mean, the first battle, probably. First battle is really good. It's solid. Honestly, like, Blazing Star is really good, too. My least favorite book of Dawn of the Clans... Ah, man, that's hard. Because in my gut, I want to say probably Path of Stars. But Path of Stars has such a good payoff. It's such a mid-boring book other than the end. Like, I feel like it's a melancholy book, which feels fine for the arc in general, but man, it just... Reading Path of Stars is like watching someone go off the high dive and you have to watch them walk up the freaking stairs and it's the most boring thing in your life, but then they jump off and they like stick the freaking landing and you're just like clapping for 10 million years. Yeah, I was about to say Thunder Rising. I think what saves Thunder Rising is I appreciate the, like, kind of coming of age moments and, like, Thunder and his little tiny moments with all the little minor characters like Jagged Peak or Jackdaw's Cry. Shattered Icy has some good moments. Moon Shadow moments. His moments with his father, like coming to terms with like how cruel his father seems to lead the clans, and I don't know. It's a nice like introduction to Thunder's character and like a coming of age book. So I mean, it's probably Path of Stars. I would say at first I was going to say A Forest Divided is also a pretty weak book. It doesn't leave a huge impression on me. It's like Quiet Rain's book, and it's a really like Let's Chew Clear Sky Out book, and it's like Thunder's final coming of age moment. And it's probably Path of Stars. Path of Stars, that last chapter hits so hard. But the rest of the book, it's kind of like Rising Storm in that Rising Storm sucks. But that fire scene hits. But you got to go through the whole book to get to the fire scene. So I'm going to say Path of Stars for sure. A Vision of Shadows. Chicken Jockey. Favorite book in A Vision of Shadows is actually... Thunder and Shadow. I like Thunder and Shadow. Love that book. I love the Shadowclan drama in it. I love Alderheart's, like, moments with Twigpaw in it. Him, like, coming to terms with, like, wow, Needletail kind of sucks. Probably Thunder and Shadow for sure. Weakest book is Raging Storm for sure, 100%. Hate that book. I think every character in it is out of character. Like, the only thing that saves Raging Storm is the Alderheart chapters. Love the Alderheart chapters. You could honestly get through all of Raging Storm probably and only read the Alderheart chapters and be fine. You'd probably get the same amount of enjoyment out of it. I also really like River of Fire, though. Really like River of Fire as well. Yeah, it does suck that A Vision of Shadows is bookended by, like, probably the 2 worst books. It does suck. It leaves a horrible impression on you. It's never a good thing for that to happen. What's next? Broken Code. Oh. Broken Code is actually... I've only read Broken Code. I think I've read it 1.5 times. I don't think I've read the last part more than once. I would say that my favorite book of Broken Code is probably The Place of No Stars, if I had to pick one. I really do like that book. I think it's a solid book. I like the little mystery. I like the Willowshine, like, thing. I love the Snowtuff backstory. Loved coming back to, like, the Dark Forest. Place of No Stars was a really solid book. Least favorite book? Definitely Darkness Within. That book sucked. Really bad. Hated Darkness Within. That was the 4th book. It was a traveling book. It was all... Rootspring and Bristlefrost were all, like, super lovey-dovey, and it was annoying, and I hated it, and... hated that book. Darkness Within sucked. A Starless Clan. Favorite book? Thunder, hands down. Loved that book. That is a solid frickin' book. That was a good book. Thunder, for sure. Least favorite? Probably either... See, the thing about A Starless Clan is that when the books were good in Starless Clan, they were, like, really good. Not really good, but, like, Warrior Cat really good. Where, like, you could sit down and read the whole thing in one sitting and be like, man, that was entertaining. So, like, River, Thunder, Star... those are all, like, pretty friggin' solid books, I'm not gonna lie. But when the books were bad in the Starless Clan, they were really boring. Shadow, Sky, Wind, filler books, not good. They were fine. I honestly think that Sky might be my least favorite, just because I was not really feeling Sunbeam or Nightheart's point of views. And so it was kind of just like a, oh my god, are we really gonna have these as point of views for the rest of the arc? A really weak... Well, the problem with Wind is that they spoiled the only interesting part in Wind before the book even came out. That pissed me off so bad. You have no idea how much that pissed me off. Felt had problems sticking the landing. The landing was very long. Like Frostpaw being in like a coma for like an unspecified amount of time. I feel like they wrote themselves into a corner chronologically by putting Ivypool's heart concurrent with Star. I feel like Splashtail, if he actually like killed one of the kids, that would have been like super metal. He would have actually like felt like he could do something. He was all talk. Favorite novella and least? Favorite's probably Goosefeather's Curse. Love that book. Really solid, really fun. I remember it was a super fresh concept when it came out. We didn't have Tree or like anybody else that could commune with ghosts or anything when Goosefeather's Curse came out, so it was like a super fresh idea. I remember when he goes to the moon pool or the moonstone and he like hears all the prophecies come to his ears all at once, and it's like super overwhelming for him. I thought that was a really cool scene. Immediately wanted to like do something with that scene illustratively. So probably like Goosefeather's Curse. Least favorite? I won't count Spotted Leaf's Heart because it's everyone's least favorite. So I would say probably like Redtail's Debt feels really unnecessary. There's a lot of novellas that just feel unnecessary though. They don't really add anything, or they like try to retcon major plot points. And I'm just like, why? Devilwing Silence is also really solid. Every time I read Devilwing Silence, I forget just how, like, sad it is. It's a very sad novella. Blackfoot's Reckoning is also very solid. I think it would be easier for me to name my favorite novellas out of each, like, trio of novellas. Daisy's novella didn't really leave too much of an impression on me. I think Blackfoot's Reckoning was pretty good. So, like, the other books that are in that trio, like I think it's Spotfur and Daisy is also in those books. Neither of them really, like, stuck the landing for me. Like, I completely forgot about them immediately after I read them. They didn't really have any interesting concepts for me. They didn't really feel super necessary. Yeah, Mothwing's Secret is also a huge nothing. Like, Mothwing's Secret adds absolutely nothing either. For some reason, all the River Clan novellas just are super weak. I wouldn't really count the Maple Shade one as a River Clan novella, by the way. Yeah, you'll have to tell me if you... I just remember it being like... It's also like a rehash. I don't know, I thought they did a pretty good job with Stemleaf and Spotfur's character arc in like the actual Broken Code. And like, I just was like, did we really need like a whole novella about that character arc that you guys already wrote about? That was fine. Okay. This is far background. And we're gonna label that green. Pebbleshine's Kits, don't remember much about it. Another like nothing novella. Pebbleshine's Kits is with Trees, Roots, and Mothwing's Secret, right? That's like a... The one that stands out the most for that one is probably Trees, Roots, but even that one isn't like super amazing or anything. Ravenpaw is a novella, it's good. Sleek Whisker novella. Strikestone's Clan. Y'all ready for my first AO3 graphic novel? I'm gonna call it a graphic novella. Strikestone's Clan. We'll have Strikestone's Clan, Sleek Whisker's Fury, and Juniper Claw's... Juniper Claw's Betrayal. Sure. Do that one. It's not too much of a big... Oh yeah, we already have Tiger Claw's Fury. Who cares? We also have, like, somebody's clan as well. Who wants to be my, who wants to help me write it? I need a helper. I can't write it myself. My writing is a dookie. How did I do the pine trees in my old Shadowclan? Okay. If I wasn't so freaking... It's okay, I'm also busy on other projects. I think I did... it's okay, I'll just take a whole crash course in graphic novel, creative writing, and paneling and everything. Just to, like, fulfill my warrior cat need, like I did with animation, basically. If warrior cats does nothing, if not make you want to learn tools of the trade. Something like that. I don't know, man. Don't worry about it too much. Where I just tell the story of Storm of the Soul, but you can see the damage. Ooh. See, that's what I want to do. See, I just want to tell the story of a Vision of Shadows. Like, don't change anything. Just tell it from a different character point of view. I find that to be, like, maybe a fascinating... Like, I don't really want to change anything. I don't know if it's just because... It's not that I don't think... It's not that I think that Warrior Cats is infallible and it's, like, perfect the way it is, and I just want to, like... I would change, like, a couple different things, but I would want the, like, main plot. In my mind, if I would write something like that, I would want somebody to be able to read it along with the book that they're reading it for. Like I said, if I did, like, something with Strikestone, I'd be like, don't read the Violet Shine chapters of A Vision of Shadows. Just read the Strikestone chapters. And in my mind, it's like, you can still read the Twigpaw and Alderheart chapters, and it would be, like, perfect. Seamless. Everything is still happening exactly the way it is in the book. I'm actually not going to do a little twig branch right there. I love Paper Mario. I should get the remake of Thousand Year Door, but money. We should have had a WingClan point of view. I did argue that a good replacement point of view for like Alderheart after the first couple books would be Hairspring. I think Hairspring would have been a really interesting point of view to do in Thunder and Shadow. I think you could have had Twig Kit, and you could have had Hairspring. Because with Twig Kit, you would still get all of those chapters with, you'd get all those chapters, like, with Alder Paul taking Twig Kit out and, like, seeing her sister. So you would still get all those really cute chapters and the ones that people really remember, like when she gives the feather. Or you could replace Twig Kit's point of view with, see, I don't really want to do that because I do like Twig Paw's relationship with Ivy Pool, and I really like how they wrote that, and I would like to keep that in. I think it would have been interesting of them to try at least one book that had a similar point of view structure as like Wings of Fire, where it's like one different person a book. But even just, like, changing up the protagonist like they're doing in Changing Skies. See, I don't know if... I'm pretty sure that we're going to be keeping these 3 that we have in Changing Skies for the rest of it. Like, I don't think that we're not going to be following Starling Paw, Tawny, and Moon Paw. They're not going to pull another Leaf Star point of view. And if they do it, it would be, like, with Tawny Pelt, probably. But we already know that Tawny Pelt's going to be a point of view in... Chasing Shadows, so yeah, I would like the idea of Hairspring, because then you would get, like, you could get him as a deputy, which would be interesting, give him a little bit of personality. You could also, like, give him a little bit of drama with River Clan and, like, them closing their borders in the last part of the series, or, like, possibly him, like, maybe some sort of, like, Wind Clan, like, repairing the damage that One Star did to Wind Clan, and like you might be able to see, I don't know. In my mind, this pine forest is a lot more dense and heavily wooded than their old pine forest. Like, this is a much older pine forest than the forest one is. The forest marshy pines, I feel like, are probably, like, thinner overall. There's, like, more swamplands. I feel like there's not as much swamplands in these one. Thought that it's interesting that you say that, Winter, because I was under the impression that we were going to switch to a Birch Feather point of view at the end of Elder's Quest, because Elder's Quest ends with Tawny Pelt being, like, almost buried alive, right? And Birch Feather is with her. And so I thought that that would have been a perfect opportunity to switch to a Birch Feather point of view and, like, have the rest of Tawny Pelt's point of view be from Birch Feather. But they didn't do that. So, I don't know, man. Have you watched the have you read the teaser chapters for Hidden Moon, Amber? I don't know what I'm doing over here. I think I might just simplify up this. You haven't? She's like not dying, but she is in a bad state. I figured she wouldn't actually die. Yeah. Well, that's what I thought, but then they ended Leaf Star on a cliffhanger too, so. I'm excited for the Starling Paw point of view. Well, I'm interested in it. He seemed like an okay point of view character. I like that he's already like, oh, I should do something about this. That's always the best. The best warrior cat point of view characters for me are cats that are like, oh, I should totally do something about this. Except for Hollyleaf. Hollyleaf was not like that, but whatever, man. I just don't want another Violet Shine. On my hands and knees begging for not another Violet Shine point of view. See, if a character doesn't really know how to help further the main plot, they become a character like Sunbeam that just kind of exists while the main plot is happening, and it leaves like other characters to carry the plot. And that's why you get memes like Shadowsight and Frostpaw carrying the plots of their arcs on their back, because they're like some of the only cats in that arc at the beginning that actually care about the main plot points that they're trying to solve. Hollyleaf, well, yeah, but she's, I guess I was talking about Hollypaw, but see, I honestly think that Violet Paw is an okay point of view. I don't like how she's way better in the first part of A Vision of Shadows when she's becoming proactive and she's trying to like fix problems and stuff like that. But she basically said, okay, I did so much problem fixing at the beginning of this arc that I don't want to fix any problems anymore. And then she becomes just a completely pointless point of view for the rest of the arc, in my opinion. She's so mean. She's so mean-spirited to Twig Branch. It's not even funny. She acts like Twig Branch has, like, done physical damage to her by, like, prioritizing her own happiness over her sister's happiness. Which, newsflash, Violet Shine, people should prioritize their own happiness over other people's happiness, because if you're not happy, you're going to start making other people not happy. A pro tip for you, Violet Shine. The site runs very close to being the worst. Yeah, the site's pretty bad. It's a pretty pessimistic book. J-Paul he's pretty insufferable in that book, I'm not gonna lie. I think the fact that he's so insufferable in that book, but he, like, becomes a really good point of view is one of the reasons why people like him so much. Because, like, you grow to like him, especially after he becomes a medicine cat. But he's pretty bad to people. That book is really long, too. It's like one of the longest... it's like one of the longest main series books. I do like Lion Paw and Heather Paw in it, and I do like Leaf Paw and J Paw's relationship in that book. And I like the Daylight Gathering. I have been wanting to maybe do an illustration of the Daylight Gathering. Definitely the high point in that book for me. Well, yeah, Holly... And my problem with Holly Paw is that she doesn't become good to read until, like, Long Shadows. She's, like, the most insufferable point of view for, like, some of the longest amount of times. I remember being so glad that she died in the tunnels, because I'm like, thank God I never have to read about her again and her stupid code following. And her hypocrisy pisses me off, where she's, like, harping on Lion Paw because he's friends with Heather Paw, yet she goes and sneaks out in the middle of, like, the night to RiverClan to visit her friend Willow Paw when she's not a medicine cat apprentice anymore, and literally gets caught by the clan leader. Like, at least Lion Paw never got caught by his freaking clan leader, you stupid. I can't deal with hypocrisy in characters. Definitely, like, one of my biggest pet peeves ever. At least not when it's, like, not really addressed. I don't mind when it's used and then it's, like, thrown back into a character's face. Like, isn't it crazy that you're thinking this when you do the same exact thing? I don't mind it when it's like that. And I feel like that's how Clear Sky's hypocrisy is used, because he definitely is a very hypocritical character, too. But it's, like, when the narrative doesn't acknowledge that the character's being a hypocrite. It's okay. YouTube silenced me because they can't handle the truth. YouTube doesn't want to hear the truth. He hated him because he spoke the truth. Well, the thing about Holly Paw too is that with the hindsight of knowing that they didn't know where they were putting her character, like, knowing that, that's why when people read Power of Three for the first time, like when Rappy came in here and was reading Power of Three, I didn't tell them. Hey, Kichi, thanks for the $5. Loved her flawed logic. I mean, I just couldn't stand it, man. To each their own. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. So with the hindsight of knowing, I'm like, what was I talking about before? Because I was about to say something. The hindsight of knowing that they didn't know what to do with Hollypaw for the majority of Outcast. I don't think that they knew what they wanted to do with her until, not out, yeah, well, the majority of Power of Three. I don't remember when they finally decided. I almost feel like they write arcs. Well, when Vicky was writing the arc, she would write 3 books at a time, right? So she didn't know what she wanted to do with Hollypaw until the end of Outcast, when she actually wrote the rest of Power of Three. So knowing that they had no idea why, like, there was no reason for her to be that hypocritical, and it's just not good, man. It's not a good look. That's fine. Okay. I think I want to lighten up these. I'm gonna lower the opacity on this to maybe like 80. It's probably good. I'm actually going to save a copy of this, you guys. Save as. Okay, this is the final pass. Everything has been rendered. At least a little bit. There is some parts. So we're gonna name this Shadowclan Camp Final. I'm gonna save a copy. Okay. Now I'm gonna delete all these lives. Try to make the